You're watching TVC Breakfast. Now, the role of entrepreneurship in any economy is critical as it contributes to the socio-economic development of society. Many countries support the growth of small and medium-scale enterprises because they are the backbone of the economy. Now, the federal government has rolled out some schemes geared towards supporting small businesses and small business owners in form of cash, equipment, and other materials to help grow and sustain their businesses. And there is a push for more young Nigerians to look the way of entrepreneurship, especially at this time when many young Nigerians are unemployed or underemployed. So, to make sense of all of that, joining me in the studio is Gafa Odubote. He's the head corporate finance and strategy at Nobel Serve Capital Management Limited. It's good to have you join me.
Thank you so much.
Great, great. All right. And also in the studio is Chairperson, JCI, Creative Young Entrepreneurs Award, Olajumoke Adeola. It's good to have you join me as well.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you. Great. Now, Gafa, let me start with you. Gafar, let me start with you. Yeah, Gafar. No, it's Gafar.
Yes, Gafar.
Now, young people have a lot of energy, especially in Nigeria. And they are ready to do, they want to do so many things, but don't have the guide as to how to channel all that energy into something profitable or translating the potential or the skill or that image they have in their minds to reality. You know, you have been in that space where you're managing and you're engaging young people and all of that. Where should they go from that conceivement to that actual translation?
Thank you very much, Mike. In Africa, we're so blessed with young population in Africa that if you look at the demographics of Africa, you know, you can see that young people are coming up with different creative and intelligence. And now bringing down to Nigeria of an estimated over a billion number of people, that over half is also young people. Now, young people out there are so blessed with positive energy and creativity. You know, sometimes you move to different regions of the country and you see the beautiful things the young people out there are quite doing. You look at some disruptive technology, some creative idea young graduates are doing, but most of these young people have not been given the platform for them to really grow, for their voices to be heard, and for them to really see, you know, opportunity in terms of entrepreneurial infrastructure for them to scale up, you know, and identify that niche in the society for them to operate. Now, the first thing that has to happen is for us to create a platform. And that's what JCI is all about, Junior Chamber International, creating a platform whereby we can develop young people into better leaders, to better entrepreneurs in the society.
All right. Olajumoke, let me come to you now on this. The point there is, at JCI, where all of you are very engaged and very bonded with young people and young minds and all of that, why entrepreneurship at this time, and why do you think that's a way to go, you know, to lift young minds into that platform that everyone is looking for?
Prior to the COVID pandemic, in order to combat this scourge of unemployment, every economy have to produce at least 20 million jobs every year. Now, these are developed economy. Now, bringing it down to Nigeria, that's a mercurial task. Now, then post-COVID, we realized that that challenge is even more, because a lot of businesses, they've been losses. A lot of businesses.
COVID wiped a lot of jobs.
A lot of jobs,
exactly.
And there is a need for economic recovery. Now, in JCI, one of the first things we realized is this gap, this need. And then the leadership decided, part of our JCI Rise initiative is to bring back conversations about entrepreneurship, encouraging entrepreneurship in youths, because they are the main source of employment. They are the main channel for economic recovery, not just for the economy itself, but for individuals. So that is the reason why we've been championing, since the beginning of the year, we've been championing entrepreneurship, supporting and recognizing entrepreneurs that have been able to pivot somehow through innovation, through creativity. They've been able to grow their enterprise, sustain it, scale their enterprise, and also encourage other Nigerians, young Nigerians, to also look towards the entrepreneurship channel.
All right. Now, Gafar, how in practical terms, how are you engaging young people at JCI to become entrepreneurs?
Okay, in JCI, and like my colleague mentioned, we came up with an initiative called JCI Rise. JCI Rise is an acronym that stands for R for the Rebuild, Invest, Sustain, and Evolve, which is one of the initiatives for us to encourage young people, to evolve beyond the present COVID situation and to bring in new young entrepreneurs. So we will develop training platforms, for example, where we can onboard young people to learn creativity, to learn social enterprise, and to see how they can develop their potential. We believe in JCI that young Nigerians are blessed with potentials, with innate ability. It's just for us to create that platform to develop them. That is why in JCI we say we're an organization developing young people for the world to change the world. The world is changing, so we need to develop leaders for that changing world. So with platform, training platforms, opportunities, with different seminars, symposium, projects, social enterprises, we engage them and they evolve.
That's amazing. Rise. I like the word rise. It's really amazing. Now, Olajumoke, when it comes to the project, because the picture I have from what both of you are saying is this is a huge project, really huge, because you're talking about hundreds, thousands of young people, if maybe even millions, depending on how you're reaching out across the country. But I know that this is going to require a lot of fund.
Yes.
Where is that coming from?
So one of the things we believe in JCI is partnerships. And for any economy, there has to be public-private partnership in order to be successful. So for funds, we're looking at our partners across various sectors. Those willing to offer grants, those willing to offer resources. Like for JCI, we're in partnership with Fit Foundation to provide training. We're in partnership with the Enterprise Development Center at the Pan-African University. We're in partnership with Cape Nigeria, insurance brokerage firm. So we have a bouquet of these organizations that recognize this problem and they're willing to contribute to it. So resources. So
theirs is seeing the good things you guys are doing and how it's going to impact positively on the society, and then they decide to just come be part of it.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Because I think there's a realization that there's an interconnectivity in the economy, and no organization stands in isolation. So the only way they can help the economy in which they are doing business is to invest in their youth. And one of the ways they can invest in these youth is through entrepreneurship and supporting the entrepreneurial pursuits.
All right, Gafar, what targets have you set for yourself? I'm talking about JCI with the project that you're coming up with now. Yeah. What is the target? What would you like to see at the end of this campaign that you have right now?
So in JCI, one of our core philosophy is to unite sectors of the society for sustainable impact. And that's why the question is very key, because anything we do in JCI, we want to see that it is sustainable. So, and the model that we deploy, we have a model called the JCI Active Citizen. It's a framework that, replicates some of what we do. So what we want to see at the end of this program is to see that from the few people that we've been able to touch, to be able to empower, there should be a kind of a multiplier effect. Yeah. So they extend what they've learned to the bigger society. Now, JCI is a grassroots organization. We just don't go up there picking those people that are made already. We go into the grassroots and we engage people at the local level of the society, because we know that at the local level is where the impact is. So, for example, you look at young people, young graduates, and you try to empower them, and they start being an employer of labor, they start being independent from themselves. The multiplying effect on the gross domestic product, the multiplying effect even on the productivity scale of our country. So at the end of the day, we want to see young people being independent, being embracing an entrepreneurial spirit, and also replicating that to the bigger level of the society.
Olajumoke, can you talk to us about, because in conducting or carrying out this kind of assignment, there will be obstacles here and there. Can you share with us some of the challenges that you have encountered so far?
Our challenges are not so far-fetched from that which a lot of other organizations have encountered, like taking our entrepreneurial drive, the message and the actions behind it to the grassroots, making sure they're not left behind. When we put out invitation to participate in different trainings and all, it's easy for people to have access to the internet, or they have access to a broader sense of network that can connect them with those opportunities. So one of the challenges is making sure that our impact gets to the grassroots, then onboarding more partners to share that vision and also actively contribute to it. That's also been rather challenging. But for an entrepreneur, because I'm an entrepreneur, so I'll also speak from that, is that after all this, there is also that struggle with funds, access to funds for the business itself, capital, or where to go from the capital when you're scaling. That's also another challenge that entrepreneurs have encountered, and we're working actively towards helping them not solve but mitigate.
All right. Now, Gafar, about how many people have you, from this project so far, about how many people have you impacted so far?
All right, JCI in Nigeria, for example, has been in existence since 1957. And over the years, we've been creating impact in Nigeria. For example, we have 7,000 active membership throughout the country, because what we're trying to do, like my colleague mentioned, that we're a grassroots movement. So we have structure even in our institution and also professional people. So over the years, we have this institution creating projects from their various communities, whether in Abuja, Maiduguri, Lagos, Ibadan. So just imagine, in all those states in the Federation, and we're creating social entrepreneur project. In a year, for example, we have massive bouquet of project, massive bouquet of impact. Now multiply that with over our years of existence, then you'll realize that, when you type to put number to the project, it's so huge. So what we're trying to encourage people out there is to follow our model and not just
create a culture
yes,
of all right,
exactly. And so because we're trying to create an example out there, develop young people to become leaders for the society. So we want people to be inspired by our story, be motivated, and also invest in themselves to become better leaders for the society.
Okay, Olajumoke, talk to us about the acceptance from the mind of the youth who you approach me now. I'm a young person. Let's assume I'm young. Right? And then I'm seeing what you're doing, and then I want to be part of it. Talk to us how people are reacting to what JCI is doing.
So we've received, the receptance has been in threefold. We have people that are really excited, they know about it, and they're willing to jump on it. Now that's the majority. And then we have a bouquet of youths that are asking, where do I go from there? Because there's still that skepticism about the future
of course,
in general.
Of course.
So we still have that bouquet of youths that are asking questions, that are wondering, but there is that interest in what JCI is doing regarding entrepreneurship. And then there's that also minute number of them that's, you know what, I'll just keep looking for a job. And there is really nothing wrong with that, because we realize in entrepreneurship, not everyone can be entrepreneurs or become successful at it. Even if they see the need at the moment, they recognize the strength, and they would rather channel it towards where they feel is most valuable for them and for their community. So yes, but overall, the majority of response we've been receiving have been positive from the youths. They're excited about it. They want to do it. They want to contribute to their communities. They want to contribute to the economy. They want to be successful. So that's been very motivating.
It's really interesting. So if anyone wants to be a member, what does it take? Is it open for membership, or there's certain... What are the criteria if anyone wants to be a member?
Now, JCI, Junior Chamber International, is an organization for young people between age 18 and 40.
Number one criteria?
Yes, mostly between age 18 and 40, because we believe that within that age is where we have active engagement of the youth, is where you'll be able to define, your direction in life. So within that age, we help to work with youth for them to model their purpose in life, discover their potentials, and also give them platform to grow. So if you're within that age, all you just need to do is just check our website www.jci.ng, and you will see a membership form you fill. Once you fill the membership form, our executive secretary will email you, and we will now introduce you to any of our local chapter around you, depending anywhere you are in Nigeria, or even all over the world. Then after that, then we start the mentoring. Then we start, doing the JCI development program for JCI.
Depending on your area of specialty or your area of interest.
Our mission is to provide development opportunities that empower young people to create positive change. So, when you underline the word empower, and it's very key to us. So, and we try to keep doing that with our various activities. And our theme for this year is collaborate for impact. So we are open to collaborate with different sectors of the societies, because of our core philosophy to unite all these sectors for sustainable impact.
Amazing. All right, Olajumoke, before I let you go, let me, you are a young person, and I see the burning in you when it comes to the creativity, the innovation, and all of that. Being a female and doing it is really special, I must say, at this time. But talk to us how you're using this platform to reach out to other young girls, because there is a focus on how to encourage women to become leaders and all of that. How are you using this?
I think the beauty of JCI and JCI Nigeria specifically is the ability to discover needs and gaps in society. Okay. And one of the things we're doing is the mentorship program, where we connect young girls, young leaders, to mentors that would help them through their professional growth and entrepreneurial growth. And that's also one of the things that we're looking at to do this year through the Creative Young Entrepreneurs program, is to connect young entrepreneurs, male and female, to active mentors, C-level mentors, or entrepreneurs that are really excelling in their field, to help guide them. I understand.
So there is equal opportunity for everyone.
Yes, there's equal opportunity. And then I understand that there is a gap for the female entrepreneur, and there is that extra push or extra resources that they need. And that's why we are looking at providing specific opportunities for them, specific mentors that are geared towards, just get to it and achieve your greatest potential.
Okay, we have to leave it here now, but thank you so much, Olajumoke Adeola, the Chairperson, JCI Creative Young Entrepreneurs Award. Thank you very much for coming on the program. I look forward to having both of you again. Gafa Odubote, thank you very much for coming as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes,
right.
Thank you.
And I wish you all the best in what you are doing and what you do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Great.